I play football for Yeoviltown Ladies in the first team, but I also volunteer as a youth and community officer at Yeoviltown Ladies, managing all the youth section. I've started this season with the youth section. I've been a first team player now in my second season, but I noticed with the youth section they were quite distant from the senior section, and we wanted to build them into our Yeoviltown Ladies brand and make it more of a family environment for the girls. So I took on the role to basically head up the youth teams and the youth managers and ensure that not only we're developing a good senior section, but we're developing a core youth section as well. So it's almost like another full-time job, but it's very rewarding. I started off with the youth team when I was in the under-14s. It was the first season it started, and I had to go away from the club to kind of get my success and where I am today with the Welsh Women's National Team. But I wanted to make sure we had a core structure within our youth section and to backfill the club to ensure that we have players from our under-12s hopefully getting into our first team in 5 or 6 years' time.
One night I agreed that I would do a half marathon, no running experience, and I thought, I've got 3 months to do this. I've got a very extreme personality, it's all or nothing, and I persevered with it. And running was the first thing that I started to actually focus on, and I went on to run my first half marathon in 1 hour 24, which at the time I didn't realise until afterwards actually a very good competitive time. So that then really inspired me to go on, and I ran my first 10-kilometre race in 38 minutes. And then this sort of then opened the door to go on to these bigger challenges. So in 2009 I ran 2 marathons inside 3 weeks, both inside 3 hours 15. And then in 2011 I was sponsored by Salford University, and I completed the John O'Groats to Land's End cycle in 13 days. And then with 1 day off I went on to run the London Marathon. So it's gone from those cold mornings of just walking to now preparing to run the full length of Malawi and the UK next summer.
I started boxing when I was 11, that's the earliest you can start. I wanted to box from about the age of 5, so I started boxing there and had a lot of schoolboy bouts which were good. And then I obviously boxed up until I joined the Navy, and then carried on my boxing in the Navy, and then still stayed linked with Yeovil all the way through there. So I've been really doing it all my life. I started coaching about 8 years ago when my granddad died. I was still coming down the club and training, but I decided that then I wanted to make sure his name stayed in the club forever. I decided if I was going to put a show on, I wanted it back in Westlands, and I did 1-2 years ago that had about 850 people in, which was fantastic. And then last year we did one at Westlands which was 940 people. To me, the Yeovil Amateur Boxing is, if you want to become a professional in the game, it's the only channel to go. And I just think it would be a massive loss if it wasn't here. And my aim in life is to never let it fold. Boxing's my life, really.